crypto market has been volatile. And it looks really, really interesting because remember, we had this discussion before saying, okay, at 47, we are going to go higher. At 48, we're going to break higher and we're going to reach this level. Now we did that. Afterwards, what happens? The price come back down, retest, fail, consolidate. This is what we wanted to see. And right now, right here, we are actually watching that. We went up from that scenario. We got rejected. Now we need to retest. Now, what we don't want to see is that this range of support breaking to the downside. So this is one trend line. Here, it's aggressive. Keep that in mind. Last time we had a similar trend line, that was not this aggressive. The angle at which this one is going up is increasing, which shows the bullishness in the market. Yes, that's a short-term chart showing you all the noise in the market to understand what these guys are doing. Look at the volume and the price action. This is where it gets interesting. We're still here. We're not getting rejected. We would like to get rejected, but as of now, we're not. If you do understand what's happening on the macro, say dollar with CPI news went up, why does that really matter for crypto? Because this shows you that fact. When dollar goes up, fiat currencies across the globe gets hammered. They run into crypto, especially Bitcoin, and that's why you're watching all-time highs in other currencies in Bitcoin. Right? Japanese yen getting hammered, so they move into Bitcoin. Argentinian peso getting hammered, they move into Bitcoin. So that kind of pushes the narrative of demand even further higher. Not just the ETF. You're now getting the third world getting into this because dollar is getting stronger and stronger. What does this mean to XRP? What does this mean to the altcoin market? Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. Right now in the crypto market, there is a lot of different talks for sure. Different assets are doing different things. Agreed, but you are watching a lot of different altcoins starting to run higher. This in itself shows you how money flow is happening because you're watching the market is still above $1.9 trillion. That's not a small deal. Crypto market staying above that is a great thing to watch. Some of these assets are starting to break higher. They are leading the market, which is good, which is great. But I would like to keep this video short and give you guys the real sense of the taste of the market. Because yes, short term, you're looking this to come back down, which would be 48,450. That's another $1,000 down from the current price to reach the short-term support. Now, we'd like to go back, zoom out, and then put the argument like, okay, we went above the moving average. We kind of got a little bit overextended. Why not a correction below to the downside, say 46, 47? Now, I'm not saying that's not possible, but if you look at the recent price structure, it says the correction can be limited. But by the time you reach on to the daily chart, the market starts to suggest that, okay, we broke through all these resistance and we haven't yet retested any of those. So that's a concern. One, your moving average is still here. The price actually went up like this. So that kind of creates some concern saying, okay, we need some kind of corrective measure. At the last top, it was like this, 14%. The price came back down. Now we are close, 14%. Why not 47, right? That's still a possibility. And even at that point, the moving average is still going to the upside. Price is still above the moving average. Perfect. You go on the weekly. What do you see? Do you see the price going down? Do you see the price going up? You can include all the indicators you want. It's cool because you want to know which direction the market is going. If you don't want noise, remove it. Look at this and ask the question, which direction are you traveling to? Now, for sure, we discussed about the possibility or what we are watching here as a negative divergence starting to play out. Cool. That's what we wanted to know. Historically speaking, that's what we want for the altcoin market to get that amount of money. Remember, in yesterday's video, when I discussed about the Michael Saylor's and the micro strategy thought process, those are wrong tweet which I was referring to. In the post processing is where I actually understood like, that's wrong. The math was wrong. But I was already processing and I was already late. And I thought, okay, you guys will understand this. And I posted that. Now, yes, the math is wrong. It's not going to 13 trillion for sure. Agreed. But that doesn't mean these guys are going to be biggest gainers in the Bitcoin space. So the ETF giants are going to make money, but these guys are going to kill them, right? So they are going to dry the supply by buying every now and then. Right now, they are like 170, 180,000 Bitcoin. So these guys are scooping up on a daily basis. And then you go into the market and you're looking at these. You're like, okay, that's a lot to understand. You're literally watching that a lot of retail is not still there in the crypto market. This move to the upside has been institutional. Retail was burned last time, and a lot of people are now still like, should I jump in? Should I buy this? Should I not? That kind of question. But the key point here you should understand is the amount of money which is now in Bitcoin daily trading volume. Close to 30 billion. Remember, it was 10 billion a week back, 20 billion last couple of days back, now close to 30. The amount of volume in USDT is $48 billion. Keep that in mind. That means there's a lot of money on the sidelines as soon as you see some assets breaking through. Whether that's Bitcoin, whether that's an altcoin, it doesn't matter. People are going to chase these candles, push the price through the sky. So you need to be in the right coins riding these. Don't chase the green candles. Position yourself before the breakout, and if you would like to get the updates like this before it happens, join the SI family where you get all of this for a lot of different crypto assets so you know where you're doing those. If you want to see when I enter a trade, you get that too. When I sell a trade, you get that too. So if you are interested in that, you can use the link which is in the description below in YouTube or in the bio in Twitter. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, I would request, please do smash that. Now, moving forward, when you're in all of this, looking through the fundamentals, the news, you're like, okay, there is a lot happening. Right now, by BlackRock, Fidelity hold 170,000 Bitcoin. That's not a small thing. These guys came in a month back and now they hold 170,000. That's a huge move. But what cooled the market today is the CPI news. Great, perfect. But is it actually heavily negative? Are you getting a huge hammer to the downside? What the hell are we watching here? As of now, you don't have that. For sure, this is the range in which we are. But this kind of a candle formation on the opposite side would be concerning. But are we there yet? That's the question. Because if someone is to come here and say, nah, this was the top, now the time, at least just 4 weeks, proved that they were wrong. It was not 48,700. Right now, you have already seen 50,000 and above. So that means the moving average on a weekly is still trending to the upside. So you still have chances to go higher to make a wick. Monthly, the RSI has not even entered the all-time highs. That's a huge thing to keep in mind, because when you go back in history on the Bitcoin side and look at this, you're like, whoa, maybe we may not reach the all-time high. Fine. Maybe we're going to reach the overbought territory. Most likely that's going to be the scenario. And this is where you have to think. If the price action shows you on a monthly, when you're entering the overbought territory, you were here halfway through in this cycle. Next cycle, you were here just about halfway through. Fine. The next cycle, you were here just about the halfway cycle. So what should you think should happen in this cycle? I would argue we have some upside based on this chart. At least it shows you MACDs entering the positive territory. RSI is trying to enter onto the overbought cycle on monthly. That's a huge thing. Now, altcoins to get the capital, you need to see Bitcoin dominance going down or money flow moving into the altcoins. Otherwise, the highly correlated assets will move up, but not the others. That's the tough thing. But when you actually come on, look at all this, remove all this, and look at Ether, and while you watch that, you still have one weekly candle showing you're breaking to the upside, which is a great thing to watch. This is not a small thing. I mean, to be precise, we can zoom in as much as we want and then try and put that on the right front. Okay, just breaking higher. This is Ether on a weekly and a line chart, reducing the noise to get proper clarity. Now, why are we not popping? That usually starts here when you enter into the overbought territory. Go back in history each and every time. That's when the price action pops. Now, there is no difficulty in saying that's going to happen because it has happened each and every time. Whether that's on a weekly, whether that's on a daily, we have seen that. Right now on the daily, we are entering that territory, and that's one of the reasons why you just saw a break to the upside. Now, when you enter on a daily, you get even more noise. Fine. So you now will be plotting this trend line a little bit differently while you are on a daily. You want the price to come back up towards $3,000. Now, $3,000 per Ether has not yet been seen all the way back from May 2022. That's during Terra Luna crisis, right? That means now you're literally taking the market all the way 2 years back. Or 2 years worth of patience is now paying off. Those who closed in red are now suffering, asking the question, I should not have done that. But you, me, and others who averaged down, we're now in profit. That's a great thing to watch. We're now riding this market. And when we say this, soon we'll reach a time where we'll show, okay, this is our trading bag, which we started 6 to 8 months back. This now is 10x up. This now is 15x up. I believe that time is getting closer. Maybe a month, maybe 2, who knows, maybe 3. But we're getting so close to that area of FOMO territory. Remember, we've been talking about this possibility from some time, and with patience, we reached that range. Now, if you're concerned about different asset classes and different segments within each, keep in mind, this is Cardano. This actually shows you the possibility that, okay, this market is not that overbought. It's just getting started. You're just breaking through, retesting, and bouncing off. That's something to keep in mind. Each and every time this happens, you get to make real profits if you are accumulating on the right side. If you're doing that on the retest, you get to make most of it. So this is your bull flag, which is breaking higher. A retest and a bounce would be the best opportunity in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but I see that happening. Because when you're on the Bitcoin side, this is the history. When you consolidate after you make your weekly negative divergence, which is in play right now, that's where you start to move over. So I don't want to get you guys bored. Keep this in mind. In a month or two, things are going to be so exciting. Remember 2 months back, 3 months back, when I was delivering this message saying, guys, watch this. Bitcoin is going to go higher and reaching 50, 55. Now, we didn't reach 55, but we touched 50 at least, right? That was spot on. So by that time, you'll see all running up. Now, we are watching some of these starting to take off. You need a little bit more patience for your assets to run up. Now, if you're that guy for whom the market is rewarding you right now because you chose the perfect assets, you turned out to be the best researcher, the luckiest guy, perfect. But even in that case, most likely if you have 10 assets, 5, 6 of them are running up. 3 of them are not responding. If you're on the other side where it's only 1 or 2 running up and the others are slow, your time is coming. Now, just make sure the projects on which you are not dead. Just basic Google search. If they haven't published anything last 1 year, that's concerning. But if you do see something in last 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and they're doing exceptionally well on the developer side, that's fundamentally valuable. Network effect will kick in. So guys, if you received value, please do smash that like button for me. I'll meet you guys in the next video. Bye for now.